My first principle is you shouldn't be bored. You can't learn when you're bored.
Boredom seems barely possible in Professor Bernie Rollin's philosophy classroom at Colorado State University, where the focus is on ethics and how humans treat animals.
You know, I use a lot of humor and a lot of outrageous terminology and stuff like that.
Students learn with this university distinguished professor who created the nation's first ever veterinary medical ethics course in 1978.
Got it?
And reformed the way research animals are treated across the country through a career dedicated to compassion for all animals.
I'm not naive enough to think that everybody's going to stop using animals, you know? But if you're going to use them with compassion and use them with some sense of what their needs are.
Now, Rollin is being honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award for excellence in research ethics from an organization traditionally focused on human medicine, PRIMR, Public Responsibility in Medicine and Research. The award for CSU's renowned animal ethicist marks the first time ever that PRIMR's highest honor goes to a leader focused on the care and use of animals.
It shows that the issue is being taken seriously.
At what point does the balance start to tip and the idea of what is...
And I've said this repeatedly, veterinarians should lead the charge for animals' rights. And I quote Plato to them. They think it's the clay, you know, Plato. Plato said, any craftsman, in the broadest sense, any artisan, you know, their job is to increase what they work on in value. A goldsmith takes $50 worth of gold and turns it into $300 worth of rings. Yeah. And similarly, the job of a physician or a veterinarian is to make the object of their art better, to heal. And so, animal welfare is part of your very essence and your very mission.
At home, Rollin's care for animals focuses on his dogs, Molly and King. He knows his no-nonsense New York style, tell it like it is, doesn't always make him friends. Instead, what he gets used to hearing is,
I can't stand the son of a bitch, but he makes me think. I don't care if you like me. My son likes me. My wife likes me probably 20% of the time, and my dogs like me. What more do I need?
And with all the traveling to give speeches, writing books, and guiding public policy, all part of a lifetime of achievement, Professor Bernie Rollin finds great comfort here, talking philosophy with his students at CSU.
And I love to teach.
We'll go back to the Doberman syndrome thing.
And it's still therapeutic. If I'm depressed, if I'm sad, if I have a tummy ache, you know, you go and you start teaching, and it's a blissful experience when you have good kids, and I almost always have good kids. I have to say this, and I mean it. I've taught in a lot of places. I've lectured all over the world, and the CSU kids are the perfect student. So I mean, I can't say enough about these kids. I love them. I just love them. So I'm blessed. I mean, I really am blessed. I get to fight for the things that can't, and I get to fight against the things that can.